Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're returning, oh my god, ratchet is just not even a word for how I am right now. I just couldn't even be bothered to wear makeup. Sometimes I have like a few days where I just can't bother to wear makeup, I can't bother to get glammed up, but I'm still finna film for you guys. Take me as I am or watch me as I leave, okay? I'm Debbie Cram for those of you who are new to my channel. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I am so grateful. I've been getting so much love from you guys and I honestly cannot express how grateful I am that you guys are actually tuning in to my Storytime week and liking the videos and commenting. I love talking to you guys. If you notice, I literally answer nearly all of my comments. So yeah, welcome back to Storytime week. Today's Storytime is going to be about my crazy, delusional, psychologically challenged, I don't know, something was wrong with that man. My crazy, I keep rolling my eyes, don't I? Let me stop. So when I was part of my other channel, you guys know that we came out with a makeup line, and the first one we came out with was liquid lipsticks. So it was after uni and that took a lot of money from me, so it took a lot of money, time and stuff like that. So I effort everything, and obviously all the money we were earning from like YouTube or whatever was going straight into the business, and then I had to get like a job to, you know, sustain myself. I was doing makeup then, but I wasn't really going hard with it. Even now I've not really been going hard with makeup. I still needed another source of income because starting a business is just no joke. Expenses come out of nowhere kind of thing. So I got a job at a bookies. If you're in the UK, you know what a bookies is. So if you're not from the UK, a bookies is a gambling shop, basically a betting shop. If you know like Vegas and stuff where they go and they gamble and whatever, we have them on like our high streets. So you can literally walk out of your house, walk for 5 minutes and you can gamble how you do in Vegas pretty much. It's not a casino, but you can lose crazy amounts of money and people spend crazy amounts of money in there. And also if you're, sorry guys, sorry, I know I'm coming so ratchet with you guys, but we're friends now, so you have to accept me how I am. If you're young, that is like the easiest job to get. It's easy to climb up in the company, it's good money, like it's alright money kind of thing for if you're young. And a lot of young people work in bookies, so I knew that would be like such an easy job for me to get, so I applied. It was the only job I applied for and I started the work a week later. Most bookies are the same, but the terminology I'm going to use, because I feel like that I have to explain it, I have to explain how the job was and stuff. You're probably going to guess where it is, and if you guess, that's you. I'm not going to like try and hide it, but I'm just not going to say what bookies it is. I could actually sue them for some stuff, but I'm not going to. But I'm going to hide their identity anyways, just in case they try and say. Because people, when you do story times, people try and come at you, which I'm going to do. I think my last story time is going to be story times that have gotten me in trouble, because the amount of story times that we've done on my other channel, and obviously the couple ones I've done on here, that have had people come and confront me in real life. Even though I do business, okay? Don't do me dirty if you don't want me to do a story time about you. So where was I, you guys? I was talking about bookies, weren't I? Yeah, so loads of young people work at bookies. It's just like a fun job, easy to get. I started working there like within a week of me applying. I used to meet so many subbies as well, like when I used to work there. But yeah, so the shop I was in, I worked with my manager who was Nigerian, and he helped me a lot with, you know, the starting of the business that I told you about. He literally did so much for me, taught me so much about starting a business. And then there was a girl that was Polish that I work with. Let me give a name to my main manager that I loved. Let's call him Shege. If you watch Jennifer's Diary, you know what I'm talking about. Let's call him Shege. And let's call the Polish girl, let's call her Funke, because who cares. Okay, so Shege was the main manager, Funke was like an assistant manager. And then there was another guy who worked there who was what they called it in the shop that I worked, the company I worked in was called a 2.5. So you could still manage, but you're just a regular cashier, because that's what like a normal customer service assistant is called in a bookies, cashier. So he was a 2.5, so he was in the middle and he only did 1 day a week. So I only had to work with him for 1 day a week. and let's call him Ho, because that's what he is. So Ho was a Nigerian man as well. He was probably like 40 something, and when I first started working there, he only worked like on a Sunday, and I was doing full-time, so I would work on some Sundays as well. So I would work with only him on a Sunday, and he would do a managing shift because he only did 1 day a week anyways. And the other 2 managers, they didn't want to do Sundays basically, so yeah, I was stuck with him. But at the beginning, when I first started working there, I thought, oh, because I loved Shegun and I loved Funke, so I was like with him as well, because he was Nigerian. It was like, oh yeah, we can talk, like we literally used to talk all day, banter, like order food, like banter with the customers. Like it was lit. Like the first few weeks working there and even working with him was lit. And obviously I did not know, yeah, when I first started working here, that he was married and he had 3 kids, because of the way he carried himself. Let me mention, he wasn't good looking. I didn't find him attractive or anything. It was just like, on my side, it was like a platonic thing that I felt. And it was just like, oh yeah, I've got a cool manager. He even brought drink to the shop and we would drink. And you're not allowed to obviously drink on the job, but we did. And that is what he normally used to do to try and get girls. Like he would bring drink, and he would say, oh yeah, do you want a drink? And then like towards the end of the night, he'll ask, oh, can I drop you home? And then he would make a move on girls. But let's not jump the story. So yeah, like we would drink sometimes, banter with the customers, everything was lit, going good, blah blah. And then one Sunday that I worked with him, like he literally opened up, and I felt so bad for him, because he told me about like his whole okay, no, before he would like drop hints that he fancied me and stuff, but I would just ignore it, because quite a few guys in the company did fancy me, like not to like toot my own horn, but I feel like guys are pigs anyways, and they'll fancy anyone, like even if they don't look that great. But quite a few guys used to fancy me and stuff, so it wasn't a thing to me, because you know, I've had it before kind of thing. And he would just drop hints that he likes me. He would talk about how I was so pretty without makeup. Even my manager Shegun as well used to tell me, stop wearing makeup, because I wear makeup sometimes and I won't wear makeup sometimes. And I saw Shegun like a father figure kind of thing, because and I think even Shegun and Ho were kind of the same age, you know. That's so mad to me, because I saw Shegun kind of like a dad figure. And he would tell me, oh yeah, don't wear makeup so much, you actually look so much more beautiful without makeup and stuff. And I'd be like, oh, I like makeup, I love me, blah blah. And then this other guy, but the way he did it, you could tell that it wasn't in a like a fatherly way, it was in a way. And they would even talk about like my body and stuff, because I used to wear like the work shirt was tight, and I would wear like a bodycon skirt as well, so it showed my figure. And he would talk about my figure and whatever. And then that's when I started thinking, ugh, let me not be as friendly with him. But I still didn't know that he had a family, because how are you talking all this stuff to me and you have a family? That didn't make sense to me. And then I was working with Funke one day, and we were talking about all the stuff, and then she was like, oh, how Ho has a family. And I was thinking, wow, I would have never guessed that he had a family. And she was like, yeah, he does, the way he carries himself, right? And I was like, yeah, like if my husband was to ever behave like that, like I would be so disgusted. And it's not even like, because I'm a very realistic person, and I know that a lot of married men cheat and stuff, but most married men are clever in the way that they do it. Not saying that it's right to cheat, but the way that he would talk shit about his wife and stuff was disgusting. The shift that I'm about to tell you guys about was the shift that I kind of felt sorry for him. But then I thought, nah, he's making his wife look so dumb. Like, he literally said how he doesn't love his wife, how he's only there because of the kids, and how he only married her to get papers because she was a white lady. And he said he only married her to get papers, and then obviously now that they've got 3 kids, like, he can stay in the country, but he doesn't want to hurt his children by leaving, which I kind of respected. But he literally told me so much secrets about the wife, the family, everything, just made her look so cheap and so unloving. If that was me, I would rather you divorce me and go and be happy with whoever you want to be happy with, and like just leave me alone kind of thing, instead of you coming and bitching about me to loads of different people at your workplace. He even showed me pictures of her. So imagine if I was to ever see her in real life, I would be looking at her like, don't even know what I know about you. I was advising him, like, talk to her, let her know. He was like, she knows I don't love her. She knows I don't love her. And she suspects that I cheat on her, but she'll never catch me, he said. I was like, wow. That's when my feeling sorry for him was like, no. Because I think the feeling sorry for him part came from the fact that, you know, I'm Nigerian, so I know a lot of aunties and uncles who are having immigration issues and stuff. So my last video, it's not like I don't feel sorry for people with immigration issues. I've had personal family members who have had immigration issues, and it's obviously taken a toll on our family. So I understand. So that's where my feeling sorry for him came from. Obviously, because we're working together, we have to swap everyone's numbers in the shop diary. So he would message me sometimes as well, and I would just, like, obviously, you know, like, leave me alone kind of thing. Like, I'll give him one word answers and stuff, and he would be like, oh, even the messages I send you, I delete them straight away so she doesn't catch me. I was just like, ew, like, bruh, like, do you hear yourself? He has a daughter as well, so I was thinking, if someone was to treat your daughter like this, imagine. And you guys, even though I feel sorry for people who have like immigration issues and stuff, like, I do not think marrying someone just for that is right, because like, that's someone's life, you know. Don't treat somebody like that. That's bullshit, man. I'm sorry. I know that in my country, Nigeria, it's getting better. Of course, like, government and stuff are ridiculous, but you can still be successful. I can be successful anywhere, okay? And that is facts. Like, no one can tell me that because of where I am, I'm not going to be successful. Like, no, honey. I'm going to make shit happen for myself. You don't need to transport me to America or UK for me to be successful. I can be successful anywhere. And so can you. And I need everyone to start having that mindset. Because people thinking that coming to the UK for greener pastures is BS, okay? People here are struggling. Let me move on into the story. Where's my baby not texting me? Hold on. On that shift where he told me his life story, we were drinking and stuff as well, and I wasn't driving at that point, so he was like, oh, let me drop you home. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. At the time I lived in Romford, and the shop I was in Walthamstow, Leytonstone, so by train and stuff it was like over an hour, and then by car it was like 25-minute drive, at most 30 minutes, so it was just like, yes, I get a lift home, and I was just like happy and stuff. It's so funny, like, I quickly realised in that company that loads of guys, they use the fact that they drive. And I remember a guy even came from like a different shop that he was working in just to like drop me home and use it as a way to move to me. And it was just so funny to me that they were all using that, and I was thinking, I drive as well, you know, like, it's not that decent. Like, they really thought they were so cool for driving. So he dropped me home, and I remember when we before we even left, he was trying to move to me already, and I was just thinking, I remember on the way there, his wife even called and he aired the phone call, and I was like, pick up the phone call, like, what the hell? And he was like, no, I'm with you. And I was thinking, does he think we're on a date or something? Like, you're literally just dropping me home. And he didn't pick up the phone call, and then she kept calling him, and I was just thinking, wow, like, if my man was to ever air my call for, because it was with another woman, anyways, he knows he will die that day. He knows. But anyways, he wouldn't pick up the phone call, and I was just thinking that's so weird and so strange, and it made me feel really, really guilty. And I remember when he dropped me home, I was like to him, like, when he tried to message me the next day, he was like, oh, I can't wait to see you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, is this guy okay? And I messaged him like, I'm sorry, but like, you need to stop messaging me. Like, I was really, really annoyed. Like, it irritated me. I remember at the time, me and my bae were having issues as well. So it's like, when you hear your phone ping and you think, oh, it's your boo, and you run to the phone and it's this old man that's messaging you love letters and stuff. It's just like, it was really, really irritating to me. Like, I was trying to be really, really nice to him and turn him down in a nice, polite way, telling him that, you know, you have a wife and stuff. So, and like, you know what, yeah, I didn't even find him attractive, but I'm the kind of person that I find it so hard to turn guys down. Like, I don't know how to be like, oh, sorry, I'm just not attracted to you. So I was like to him, like, you have a wife, so I can't date a married man, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna put the screenshots of some messages, because this is just some of many. Like he literally like stalked my life, like tried to get shifts with me, talked about me to loads of different staff members, like how I'm so pretty, how I have a nice body, blah blah blah. And everyone knows you have a wife as well, so it just oh, that was disgusting. Literally, you guys, this guy used to just irritate me. And then I remember one time I was working with Funke, and he called our shop, yeah, and he was like, oh, can I speak to Debbie please? And then Funke was like, oh, it's for you. I was thinking, how can it be for me, because I'm obviously new, who really knows me in the company? And then he was like, oh, it's me, Ho. And he was like, oh, when are you going on your break? I have a present for you. I want you to come and collect it. I was like, a present? He was like, yeah, I bought you perfume, blah, blah. I was like, give it to your wife. Like, I don't want it. Like, I can't accept it. I'm sorry. And he was like, why would you say I should give it to my wife, blah, blah. He was like, okay, I already bought my wife one, but I'm buying you one as well. I was like, no, thank you. Like, I'm sorry, I can't accept it. And then apparently, because obviously I became friends with quite a lot of the mandem in the bookies I worked in, and they've been in some of my videos. That's how I became friends with them. They obviously started telling me stuff, and I remember, I remember the first time I met Lewis, he literally pissed me off, because he was like to me, oh, I know you're doing a thing with her, don't lie to me, blah blah. He told me he even bought you perfume and you decided to turn him down. Why would you do that? He was like, oh, Ho's cool, you know, because that's the thing, yeah, Ho was actually a cool guy. Like, we could have been friends, we could have kicked it together, but you wanted to go and make it awkward for me. And now you're talking to everyone about me, and even Elton, he will talk to Elton about me and everything. It was just really annoying, like, and literally it took a lot for me to oh, my babe, let me call him. Lips did not believe me as well, and also he was like how and also Ho also told Lopes how he had beef with a guy in the shop that I worked in our company, because apparently me and the guy were dating, but me and the guy did not even know each other like that. Like, we just went to training together, because remember I told you guys I was new in the company, and Lopes did not believe me. Lopes thought I was literally dating some other guy as well. He thought I did a thing with Ho, and then I was dating some other guy. Even on the training day where I met that guy that he supposedly said I was dating, and that he was beefing because apparently I was dating both of them. So yeah, that's when I met one of the girlfriends I made at the company, and we were just talking about all the men in the company, and then we were saying about experiences we had with guys that were like so pushy, and they were compulsive liars, and they were like delusional and stuff. And then guess what, it was the same guy that was harassing her that was harassing me, but she even had recordings of them, like, because he basically grabbed her butt, groped her on the shop floor, grabbed her bum and was like how, oh, she has such a nice bum, blah blah. And then they had like a big argument, and she probably recorded everything pretty much. And then the guy that Ho said that I was dating and that he was beefing because of me, he was like, oh, I work with him, like that he works in my shop. Because Ho, by the way, had moved to a different shop down the road from me, and that's why I didn't report him in the beginning, because it was fine. He had already moved shop, so it was like no big deal for me. So he was like, oh my god, I work with him, blah blah blah, like, is he really like that? And we were like, yeah. That's how I met the guy. And the next time I saw the guy was in KFC, because we both had our lunch breaks around the same time, and we like said hi to each other, and that was it. And and then Hona went and told Lopes and everybody in the company that I was having lunch with this guy, and me and him are dating, so he's now beefing the guy. And the guy had no clue, because when I worked with the guy and Elton, the guy was like, what? He was so shocked. And I remember his face, he was like, what? He was like, what the hell? And then that's how obviously it came out that I wasn't dating either of them, okay? And I remember I would go home and I'll complain to my mom about this guy. I'll complain to Shengo about this guy, and it just felt like, and no one really took it seriously. And then then we had a new like district manager or whatever, so Shengo got to move back to our shop again, and I was so annoyed by this, because I didn't want to work with him. Obviously at this point I had been promoted to a manager, and it only took me like 3 or 4 months to get promoted. I literally just asked for the promotion and I got it. So yeah, at this point I was promoted to a manager. So he was coming and he had been promoted to a manager as well. I don't know why they would ever let anyone like that to be a manager, because this guy would say things like, oh, I'm a manager, who are they going to believe, me or you? Like, he said that to my friend, not knowing that she was recording him, saying, I'm the manager, who are they going to believe? He came back to the shop now, and obviously because I turned him down so many times, he started doing things to like irritate me on purpose. The very first day, he stole my keys off the shop and took it home. So it's like, I'm supposed to close the shop the next day. How am I supposed to do that? And then he made a big deal about bringing the keys back or whatever. Like, I went mad, you guys. Anyways, I told you guys my anger issues have only just come down. And if you see me get angry about something, don't think, oh, she's all about positive vibes. Because it took me a long time to get here. And I'm not saying I will never relapse and stuff. Like, people make mistakes. But he literally pissed me off that day, because how are you going to take the keys to the whole shop when I finish and I'm meant to close the shop at 10 o'clock? So what am I supposed to do? Stand outside and wait for someone else in another shop to bring me a key? No. I went mad and I made him bring me back the key before the shop closed, because you shouldn't have taken my key in the first place. And he was like, what key am I supposed to use? That's not my problem. I have my key and you can go find another key so that you don't even have to close the shop. You don't even have to be here. So I don't even understand why the hell he even took my key in the first place. I'm trying not to swear, you guys. And the next thing that he did to aggravate my life was, usually we have an amount of money in the safe and we keep around 2 grand in the safe so that if a customer wins, we can pay them out. Or if they win more than 2 grand, we'll just like get money from another shop. But we usually bank, and in that shop we used to bank in the shop. So he left me in the safe, I think like 100 and something pounds, and most of it was coins. So obviously when customers win, what am I supposed to do? If I don't have money, people are going to start shouting at me and making a scene, and I don't want that. And you leave me like 100 and something pounds. And I resumed for that shift around 4 o'clock, I think. So I didn't notice it until obviously someone won big. Okay, so when I saw that there was only, what, 100 something in the safe, that really pissed me off as well. Next thing that happens now is that he writes in the shop diary that I stole money, that I robbed money from the shop. £100 went missing, and usually when money goes missing, you have to look for it. You have to like trace back steps of what you've done. You call the last manager that was in, or call the last cashier, find out, you know, where could this money be. Look under places that we normally hide money. So you look for the money before you even like start making noise. But he started telling everyone, oh, Debbie's robbed money from the shop, blah blah. He called the district manager, and he was like, oh yeah, £100 is missing. Debbie was the last manager. She's robbed money, blah blah. He wrote in the shop diary that I stole the money. And when I came in the next day, bruh, like I went mad. Like, are you dumb? Like, don't write in the shop diary that I took money. Because at this point, like, that is my like tipping edge. Like, those 3 things were not the only things he did, but those were the 3 things that really boiled my blood. So when the whole saying that I robbed money like happened, like he didn't, and do you know what I think as well? Yeah, like I think he knew where that money was, but he just wanted to like frame me and make it out to be like a big thing. Because what he said the next day, like after I called the district manager, I was like to the district manager, like, the money is chicken change to me. I was like, look, pull up the CCTV and check if I took the money or not. And then she was like, obviously it's not procedure to hide money and stuff. Because what happened was that I checked for the money and I found it. Me and the cashier, we found the money underneath the till where we normally hide money, where he knows we normally hide money. And the money was there. So obviously I'm like, pull up the CCTV and you'll see us finding the money. Don't try, blah, blah, blah. And the district manager was like, obviously it's not procedure to hide money anyway. So if I do it, whoever put the money there will be in trouble. And obviously she doesn't want that on her cluster kind of thing. So that was left. But then he now came in the next day and said, you took the money home and then the cashier told you about me finding out the money was missing, so you brought the money back. So he basically tried to frame me that I took money home and brought it back. But like, how stupid are you? I don't care if anyone gets fired over this, boo. I would want the CCTV pulled. Like at that point, that's how mad I was. I want the CCTV pulled so that you know that like I didn't take the money and bring it back home. He wrote that in the diary. I'm going to show a screenshot of it, and I'm going to try and blur out people's names and stuff so you don't know like what company it is. But he wrote that in the shop diary, and like the shop diary is for official stuff. He proper tries to frame me. Until this day, he's gone around telling people that I stole the money. And I remember when that happened is when I showed them all the messages. I was like, you know what, yeah, I've covered you enough. Like, you literally do this to so many different girls. I was not the only girl. My friend, let's call her Barbara, was not the only girl that he tried to harass. There have been so many girls in that company, and the fact that that man is still working in that company till this day just goes to show like what kind of company that is. And we obviously had a grievance against him. He was gonna get fired and everything, but I left, and because I left, the grievance against him dropped. But I wasn't gonna stay in the company to try and get someone out anyways. But it is what it is. Like, people like that, you just have to leave it to God, for God to deal with them. Because if I was to deal with you, honey, because if it was up to me, I'll get boys to go and rush him. But again, he's got 3 children, so let me just like, I just took the L kind of thing, and I just left the job because I just had too much stuff was just piling up in that job. And yeah, I literally walked out mid-shift as well. Like, I was supposed to do a whole day shift, 7:45 to 10 p.m, 7:45 a.m. to 10 p.m, but I walked out mid-shift because they tried to give me a disciplinary for something else, and I was like, no, this is the icing on the cake. I don't need this shit, okay? My man has 3 jobs. I'm joking. I was like, no, this is not happening. But let me know, you guys, what your worst colleague experiences have been, and if you have any delusional, crazy co-workers who try to frame you because they can't have you, because they can't have none of this cookie. Is it that deep? I didn't know I was Beyonce, but I guess I am. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this story time. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know what the moral of the story is. You guys are gonna have to tell me that one. Anyways, guys, I love you guys so much, and I appreciate all your support. Make sure you subscribe, you guys. I would really appreciate it. And make sure that you binge watch all my other story times if you want to have some entertainment, if my life is entertaining for you. Anyways, I love you guys, and I will speak to you guys in my next video. Bye, huns.